What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. My name is Q, and in this video we're going to go over your favorite stocks on the market. We're going to start off with SPY, move on to Tesla, then Apple, and finally we're going to cover a little bit of HKD because that was a very popular one to trade this week. So you're probably wondering if we ended the week bullish or bearish, so we're going to provide you with that information in this video, and we're also going to give you some levels and price targets to focus on for the week ahead. So let's go ahead and get started with SPY, where we're looking at the daily candles here, and we can see that today's daily candle, which is a Friday, ended above the 100-day moving average, which is this gray line here. We can see that this resistance has been a point in which we have not tested since April of this year, so now that we're back above it, after getting rejected off of it so strongly last time, this is a good sign that bulls are still in charge of what's happening. If we compare SPY's chart to Tesla's chart, we can see that SPY gapped below its 100-day moving average and quickly rallied back above it. Tesla, on the other hand, suffered from a different fate. We can see that it gapped below its 200-day moving average and sold off all day below it to its 10-day moving average. So that is a sign in which Tesla is experiencing weakness, however SPY is still experiencing strength. So going back to SPY, and if we zoom in a little bit closer, let's take a look at the trends that we need to hold next week in order for us to hold our current trend. So if you're wondering if we're bullish or bearish, we ended the week bullish. Once again, SPY has managed to close another bullish week. I believe that is 3 weeks in a row now. Going into next week, your most critical level is going to be 409.24, and that is because 409.24 is the reversal level we need to hold above in order for us to maintain our bullish trend. If Monday comes around and we move to close below 409.24, it means we broke our uptrend and we're going to sell off. Now yesterday, in yesterday's video, which reminds me, please don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. In yesterday's video, we mentioned that 412.44 was the level we needed to hold above going into today, which we can see that today we actually broke that level and we sold off, which we gave an exact price target of 410 on that sell-off. We had mentioned that if we break below 412.44, SPY could fill the gap down to 410, which we saw happen exactly that way. And then we moved back above it, and we can see that we closed back above that level, which places us back in a bullish trend going into next week. Now looking at the upside, SPY will need to move above 416.10 in order for us to rally any higher. If we do break above that level, the next price target we're expected to move to is going to be between 417.50 and 418.50. Now moving on to Tesla stock, we can see that Tesla had a very different outcome than SPY. As we already explained, Tesla gapped below a significant level, so let's talk about some levels it needs to move back above in order for it to restore its healthy levels. So yesterday in our video, we mentioned that if Tesla breaks below 915, Tesla is likely going to suffer a downfall, in which we saw happen exactly that way. Early in pre-market, Tesla had a strong sell below that 915 level. It attempted twice to move back above it, but it failed, and you can see it sold off all day. This is following the 3-to-1 split agreement that we all saw from the shareholder meeting yesterday, which reminds us that good news does not necessarily mean that the stock will go up, which is why you need to always understand levels and overall trajectory of the market. Right now, Tesla is considered in bearish territory, and it would need to recover above 936.67 going into next week in order for it to recover back into a bullish trend. Anywhere below that level, it is considered to be in a short-term bearish trend. Even if it bounces and closes at 920, Tesla would still be considered in a bearish trend until it breaks back above this level. Moving on to our next stock, which is going to be Apple, we can see that Apple's daily candle closed above all of its healthy moving averages again. If we zoom out even further and look at the weekly candles, we can see that Apple is actually one of the only stocks on the market right now that's trading above all of its healthy moving averages on the weekly time frame, which is going to be one of the longest time frames you can watch on the market. So this is very good news for Apple itself. Looking at a shorter term time frame for Apple going into next week, Apple did end up closing bullish this week, so we are expecting a bullish move again from them next week, but they will have to do some work for it. Apple will need to break above 166.20 and above 167.20 in order for it to rally any higher. The price target above those levels is going to be 169 to 170 by end of week next week. Last but not least, if Apple breaks below 162.80 going into Monday, that means it would be breaking its uptrend and it can potentially fall towards 159 to 160. Last but not least, let's go ahead and take a look at HKD. This is just for fun. We're not going to be trading HKD ourselves. We did not trade this stock at all this week. If you are in HKD, HKD is currently in a downtrend, and going into next week, you're going to need it to move above $1,108.80 in order for it to move back into a bullish trend. So anywhere below that level, the stock is at heavy risk of being sold off further. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. Finally, if you do want to see any stocks in specific that you want to see, please make sure you leave them in the comment section below.